So question 1 in the Google form is going to read, Curtis threw 15 darts at a dartboard. 40% of his darts hit the bullseye. How many darts did not hit the bullseye? Write your answer just as a number, no need to label. Now the key here is it's going to ask us how many darts did not hit the bullseye. So once we get our answer, once we use our equation, we have to think about that final answer. He threw 15 darts total, so the total or the whole amount is going to be represented by 15. It gives us the percentage, and it tells us 40% of the darts hit the bullseye, meaning our percent is going to be 40. Now we're trying to find out how many darts did not hit the bullseye, and in other words, we're looking to find the partial amount. Now there's two ways we can approach this. One way is we can use the numbers given, a whole of 15 and a percent of 40. So we know our percent equation is part equals percent times whole. We don't know the part. In that case, we're going to use our variable x. We know our percent is 40, and remember, we have to express it as a decimal, 0.40, and we know our whole is 15. If we multiply 0.4 by 15, we get x equals, in this case, 6. Now that 40% refers to the number of darts that hit the bullseye. Notice it asks us how many darts did not hit the bullseye. So in order to find out the number of darts that did not hit the bullseye, I have to take the number of darts, 15, and subtract 6. That would give us 9 darts. Now another way you can look at this is you can think, well, if 40% of the darts hit the bullseye, that means 60% of the darts did not hit the bullseye. So I could also use the equation x equals 0.6 or 0.60 times 15. Now if I multiply 0.6 times 15, that's going to give me 9, x equals 9, and that represents, once again, the number of darts that did not hit the bullseye. So 2 methods to solving that first problem. So the second question on the Google form is going to read, a tool set on sale for $424.15. The original price of the tool set was $499. What percent of the price is the sales price? So couple important things to note before we write our equation. We have to note, well, what's our partial amount? What's our percent? And then, what's our whole amount? Now notice it's going to tell us the original price. The original price happened to be $499. That's going to represent our whole price. Now it gives us the sale price, which is $424.15. That's part of the original price, and that's going to represent our partial amount. Now last but not least, it's going to tell us what is the percent. That's what we're trying to find. That's going to be x. So we're asked to find what percent of the price is the sales price. If we're setting this up, it would look like the following. $424.15 equals our percent x, and we can even use p for percent, times the whole, which in this case is $499. Now in order to solve for p, I have to divide each side by 499. When I divide each side by 499, I end up with 0.85 or 85 hundredths. Now remember, to convert the decimal to percent, because we want to find the percent, we have to multiply by 100. If I multiply 0.85 times 100, I'd end up with 85%. This tells us that the sales price is 85% of the original price. So question 3 is going to read, Matthew scored a total of 168 points in basketball this season. He scored 147 of those points in the regular season, and the rest were scored during his one and only playoff game. What percent of his total points did he score in the playoff game? Now it's asking us once again to find the percent, so we know in our equation that's going to be where our variable is going to go, and we'll use p to represent percent. In order to use the percent equation, we have to identify the partial and the whole amount. Now we have to read this problem very carefully, because at the end it's going to give us a hint. It's going to say what percent of his total points. Now of his total points meaning that's going to represent the whole. It's going to tell us he scored a total of 168 points, so that's going to be our whole, and 147 of those points were scored in the regular season. Now if I'm using a percent equation, it would look like the following. 147 is our partial amount equals p for percent times our whole amount, which is 168. Now in order to solve for p, we're going to divide each side by 168. When we divide each side by 168, we end up with p equals 0.875. Now remember, to convert a decimal to a percent, we have to multiply by 100. When we multiply by 100, we get 87.5%. Now we have to think. It's asking us what percent of his total points did he score in the playoff game. The 147 points represents the points he scored in the regular season. So in order to find the percent of his points he scored in the playoff game, I have to subtract 87.5 from 100. When I do that, I would end up with my percentage. In this case, it would be 12.5%. Now another way we can think of this problem is in a different way. We can also use the equation 21 equals p, because we're trying to find the percent, times 168. Now if you're wondering where the 21 came from, well, notice he scored 147 points in the regular season. The question asks us how many of these points, what percent of these points came in the playoff game? Well, he scored 21 points in the playoff game, meaning I can use 21 for my partial amount, and I could solve for p. I could divide by 168, and that would actually give me 0.125 equals p. Once again, to convert a decimal to a percentage, I can multiply by 100, which would leave me with 12.5%. Now notice this equation actually gives us that answer at the end. We don't have an additional step to do. Both methods, though, would leave us with 12.5%. Question 4 in the Google form is going to read, Brad put 10 crickets in his pet lizard's cage. After 2 days, Brad's lizard had eaten 30% of the crickets he had put in the cage. How many crickets were left? Well, once again, in order to solve this problem, we want to use a percent equation. It's important we identify what the part, percent, and whole are. Now, in this case, they give us the percent, and they tell us, well, Brad's lizard had eaten 30% of the crickets. That's going to be our percent. Now, it tells us that Brad put a whole amount of 10 crickets in the cage. We want to find the number of crickets left. And in order to do that, we're actually going to have to solve for the partial amount. We have our part, our percent, and our whole. Now we're ready to write our equation. Part, which in this case is x, equals percent, and remember to express that percent as a decimal, 0.3 or 0.30, times the whole amount, which is 10. Now if we do 0.3 times 10, we're going to end up with x equals 3. Now it's going to ask us how many crickets were left. Well, Brad's lizard ate 30% of the crickets. That tells us Brad's lizard ate 3 crickets. In order to find the number of crickets left, we have to take the number of crickets that Brad put in the cage and subtract it from 3. 10 minus 3 would give us, in this case, 7. Another way we can think of this is, well, if Brad's lizard ate 30% of the crickets, that means there's 70% of the crickets left in the cage. We could also use the equation x equals 0.7 times 10. That would leave us with x equals 7. In other words, 7 crickets left in the cage. Either equation, we'd end up with, at the end of the problem, with 7 crickets.